Here is a simple yet wildly effective 6-step system to help you achieve your biggest dreams and make 2024 your best year yet. Step number 1 is to look at each category of your life. So if we look at this graphic here, you'll see that we have business or work, health, personal growth, wealth, well-being, and relationships. Of course, these are just the categories I use. You can break this up however you want, but we want to look at the whole picture. Step number 2 is you are going to visualize the dream scenario in each one of these categories. So what would you love to see happen in each category, specifically in 2024? Now, most of us, when we set our goals, we are way too vague. So you want to get as specific as you can. For example, we'll set a goal like make more money. But what exactly does that mean? So you want to get as specific as you possibly can. So in that example, you would actually choose a specific number that you want to reach in 2024. So at this point, if you're feeling a lack of clarity on what you want to create in 2024, I would recommend that you create a digital vision board. Going through the process of creating a vision board is going to give you so much clarity and really help you define what your goals are for 2024. So at this point, we've defined goals for each category of life. Now, step number 3 is the most fun because you are going to visualize the version of you that has already achieved these goals. So I want you to think of that future version of you and then what actions that person would take. So I want you to think about what their habits and routines are like. What do they spend their time and energy doing? What do they not spend their time and energy on? What is their mindset like? What support have they cultivated around them? This is going to give you a clear idea of what we're working towards and what we need to step into in order to actually achieve the goals that we want. Okay, so now that you have that future version of you in your mind, I want you to use that as inspiration to determine what habits, routines, and systems you are going to commit to following through on in 2024. Because we all know that achieving our goals ultimately comes down to what we do on a consistent basis. So for example, one of my goals is to learn Spanish. So rather than just writing down learn Spanish and leaving it at that, I'm instead going to focus on the system or routine that I could put in place. So for example, I could commit to doing 20 minutes of Duolingo every single day. If your goal is to be more active, you could sign up for 2 yoga classes per week. If your goal is to get better at a specific skill, you could decide to enroll in a course and commit to completing it before the end of quarter 1. And if your goal is to make more money, you could commit to a certain amount of launches per year, just as an example. Now, try and get these to line up and be actions that future version of you would actually take. So once you've done this, you're going to have these habits and routines that you have committed to. But you've probably done that before and have found it really easy to fall off the wagon. So before you commit to doing these, I want you to take a step back and see how you can make this more fun and easier for you to accomplish. For example, something that's working so well for me right now is pairing something that I don't want to do with something I enjoy doing. So if I have to do any chores around the house, you can bet that I'm putting on a favorite podcast or show. Because we want all of these things to fit into your life and be done in a way that actually brings you joy so that you keep doing it. Okay, so work things around. For example, I used to find it so hard to fit in all of the things that I wanted to do. So instead, I decided to make my time that I allocated for my morning routine longer, and then I just put them all in the morning. Then they're all done there and I feel so good going into my day, and I figured out ways to make it fun and enjoyable. Your next step is to document and schedule it in. It is so easy to forget about what we want to accomplish and to not follow through, so you want to set yourself up for success. This is why I am so obsessed with the project management tool Asana. Okay, so if you are not using one yet, simply choosing to use a project management tool in 2024 will completely change the game for you, both personally and in business. So you're going to take those habits and routines and add them in as recurring tasks in your project management tool. So this way, every single day you are getting that reminder, or if it's a weekly system, every single week, you are reminded of what you need to do. So this is going to remind you of what you need to do and create check-offable tasks, which just feels great to do. So at this point, you want all habits and routines documented as recurring tasks and any larger one-off projects scheduled in. For any bigger projects, you want to set the date that you're going to start working on it, set some milestones in between the start date and the due date, and then of course, the date that you're going to complete that project. Put it in your calendar to make it real. And finally, step 6 is to decide on your word of the year that sums it all up. So what is one word that you can remind yourself of and focus on throughout the year that grounds you and reminds you of what is most important for you this year? Sort of like your compass or North Star of what you want 2024 to be. Now, it is wonderful to set goals and to plan, but I want you to remember to be open to this mantra. I am open to it turning out even better than I could ever imagine. Okay, so we can plan all we want, but there are going to be some wonderful things this year that happen to you that are not even on your radar right now, that are not even part of the plan. So just stay open to all the possibilities. I am wishing you your best year yet. Thank you so much for watching. I would love to hear from you, so let me know any comments or questions down below, and I will see you real soon with another video.